Boom! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Was it Saturday now? Yeah, happy Saturday to all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a beer from a local brewery of mine over in Lincolnshire, Illinois. I've actually had this beer before, like 2 years ago. I've only had it once, and I really don't remember what it tastes like at all, so I decided to do a review for it. But we got one here from Half Day Brewing Company called the Frozen Tundra American IPA. So it's your American style IPA, so of course it's kind of characterized as your West Coast IPA, having a little bit more of a maltier backbone, but still letting those kind of hoppy flavors come through a lot. But of course, you guys hear me talk about American IPAs always having that more of a drier kind of mouthfeel as well. But they did something with this one that was actually really cool. They actually added hop lupulins in this, which is really, really strong concentrated flavors of hops. And of course, it's like a powder. It's like a lupulin powder. It's extracted from the hops using CO2, I think, everything like that. But it creates a very, very stronger concentrated hop profile to whatever beer you use it to. So I'm thinking having that kind of biscuity maltiness that you would expect out of American IPA plus that kind of lupulin hoppiness that's going to be in there, I think it's going to be a really nice, interesting kind of mash of flavors that's going to go on in this one. If I didn't say it before already, this guy comes out to a 7% ABV, even though on Untapped it's characterized as a 6.1, but I'm assuming when they first came out with this beer and made the page for this beer on Untapped, that it was most likely a 6.1% ABV when they first made it. But over time, sometimes your ABV gets off with your gravity kind of changing a little bit, but that's okay because I believe it's still going to be the same beer. But I'm pretty excited to give this one a try. I've had a couple of beers from Half Day Brewing Company before. Not too many of them, but I've had a few. So I'm pretty damn excited to give this one a try. But like I said, I'm expecting a nice kind of malty kind of characters to it. Of course, that malty backbone. And then I want to see what kind of hop notes coming through. Is there going to be citrus, tropical fruit, anything like that? I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this one. Of course, with color, I think this is going to be more of like that golden kind of color to it, almost having like an ambery kind of note as well. But we can't find out unless we give this guy a try. So let's crack this thing open and see what we get on the nose with this one. Oh yeah, definitely getting the bitter hoppiness coming through. Definitely like a grassy, almost floral kind of hoppy note coming through. Almost getting that kind of like, definitely pine as well. But definitely getting like a grapefruity kind of citrusiness coming through. I don't know about the tropical fruit note, but I'm definitely getting like a grassiness, a lemongrassy kind of thing going there. Of course, citrus, definitely pine. So I'm expecting this to be a pretty hoppy guy. So be drinking this out of my whistle punk glass this afternoon. So let's pour this thing and see what it's all about. Try to get a little bit of a decent head on this one so we can get some good aromas, but let's see what we got. Oh yeah, look at that color. Nice golden color to it. Let me see if I can get a little bit more of a head. There we go. Look at that. Pretty clear overall. There's definitely pretty translucent. Of course, that means there was clearing agents added to it. But I think that's just a really, really nice, almost amber color to it. Really nice head. Yeah, definitely still getting a lot of that grassy, piney, bitter notes coming through. A little bit of citrus. More of like a grapefruity kind of citrusy to me. Maybe have hints of like lemon in there as well. But yeah, I think this can be pretty damn delicious. So let's give this guy a try and see what it's all about. So, cheers everybody. Happy Saturday. Yeah, definitely right up front, you're definitely getting that malty, biscuity kind of thing going through there. Then those kind of hoppy notes start lingering through. Of course, you're getting the dry, hoppy bitterness coming through as well. But then you're mostly, for me, it's mostly predominant when it comes to just like a drier citrusy note. It's definitely more of a vegetal kind of citrusiness. So of course, the first thing I think of is lemongrass with notes with hits. I get that florally kind of note as well, which is what I would expect out of an American style of IPA. So getting that floral note coming through, getting that hoppiness, and it's pretty well balanced. It's not too bitter. It's not too anywhere in any kind of aspect. You're not getting too much of the maltiness. I think this is a really, really well balanced American IPA, and I love that color. Anything with that kind of color always gets a plus in my book. I think that's just a beautiful color for a beer. Plus, having an American IPA, of course, there's a color that you're going to kind of accompany with this kind of style of IPA. So, looking here at Untapped, of course, let's read the description of this guy and see what it's all about. So what they show here, this aromatic IPA is packed full of lupulin. Using a generous portion of cryogenically separated hops give this beer a bright and clean hop profile. Tropical fruit and citrus hop flavors shine through the slight caramel and biscuit malt tones. A firm but smooth bitterness leaves you craving more of this golden ale. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Of course, I'm definitely getting the biscuity kind of maltiness coming through as well. Citrusiness, like I said, I'm not really getting much tropical fruit, but it's a very, very clean and pure hoppiness that's always coming through when it comes to anything used with lupulin. I think it's a really, really cool thing to add to beer. Of course, when you're adding, I'm not sure if you can use the lupulin during the dry hopping or if you use it through actually the boil itself. I think you can probably do both because it just gives you really, really strong, concentrated, pure hop flavor. But overall, I think they did this one pretty well. I think I'm really enjoying this one. So we can try to find a similar beer to this guy. Let's see. So we got a couple different options here on the similar beers list. Of course, if you're trying to find a similar beers list to a beer you're looking at, the best way to do so is get on the browser. I don't think they show the similar beer list when you're strolling through a specific beer on the app, but let's see what they show here for similar beers. So we got one here for a pretty popular brewery here in the Chicagoland area from Hop Butcher for the World. We got Squares versus Triangles, which is a collaboration they did with Other Half Brewing Company. So this is more of a hazy IPA and wouldn't really consider this similar. I'm not going to put this other one from Half Day. We got the Low Pitch Hazy IPA from Highwire Brewing, which is considered an American style of IPA for them. And Highwire is located in Asheville, North Carolina. So that's considered, but that one looks like it would be more of like a brighter, maybe a little more citrusy notes. We got one from Half Acre Brewing Company called the Deep Space, which is a 10% Imperial IPA. Wouldn't really consider that similar. Then we got one here from Noon Whistle, which is called the Antique Synthesizers, which is a triple New England Hazy IPA. Of course, I really wouldn't put any of those on there as well. So let's look. That similar beers list really isn't the greatest in my opinion, but let's look here at my beer history. Of course, this is categorized under IPA American. So we're going to go under my beer history and see if we can find something similar to this guy. So I'm going to look under the category IPA American right there. Of course, 135 beers of that category that I've had. So let's see what we can find here. I could definitely probably put this in the same category as the Snaggletooth Bandana if you've been to Solemn Oath. Yeah, I'd probably put this in the same realm as the Keller Haze as well from Sun King. What else we got here? Yep, the Hoptometry from Tapestry over in Michigan would probably be a decent one to characterize with this one. The Blind Pig from Russian River. Let's see, we got the Pupil from Societe. Let's see, even some of the hero ones from Revolution. So if you're ever getting like the Cashmere Hero or the Anti-Hero, I think you can get similar flavors to those as well. So it's a very, very popular style of IPA. Of course, right here, I've had the Frozen Tundra before, so I've actually checked it in, but I haven't done actual reviews. So I might change up my rating when I check this in on Untappd later today. But overall, yeah, let's see. There's definitely a lot of different beers on this in this style of beer that I would say is pretty similar to this one. So knowing that the American style of IPA is probably one of the most common styles of IPA out there. Of course, I could even put the Broken Skull IPA that who did that? I forgot who came out with that one. Shit, it's the Stone Cold Steve Austin beer. I'd even put in the same category as this one. But yeah, there's a bunch of different beers that come out this style because it's such a common style of IPA that you could most likely find it at any kind of local liquor store or bottle shop near you. If, of course, just look under American IPA, of course. Just if you want to take a look at a can, of course, you may be able to find a little more details on that. But before, let's see here. Let's see what we got for ratings and all that stuff in this guy. So like I stated before, on Untappd, it's stating it's a 6.1% ABV. But on the can itself, it states it to be a 7% ABV. So a little bit higher of an ABV than it shows on Untappd, but still 7% is something that I would still consider sessionable in my opinion. So once it hits that like 7.5 mark is where I would cut off. Let's see what else we got here. 61 IBUs it states, which is a pretty decent to moderate IBU rating. So you definitely get that hoppy bitterness. To me, the bitterness isn't overpowering, which is nice because it kind of blends in with those like malty characteristics. Of course, the biscuity notes kind of help balance out that bitterness. But I think this one was really, really well balanced and overall really, really good brew. So, and looking here, over 3,244 ratings. This one has an average rating of 3.75 out of 5, which is probably around where I'm going to give it again on Untappd. If I had to say what my kind of rating on this guy would be, around an average of a 3.75 out of 5. on Untapped. But overall, having a 3.75 average, I still, in my opinion, is pretty damn good. But let's look here at my friends list and see if anybody of my friends who's checked this one in. Of course, let's see. It looks like my cousin and her father, my uncle, checked this one in at one point. So she checked it in and gave it 3.5 out of 5. She purchased it back at the Chicago Street Poorhouse, which is a little bar over in South Elgin. Isn't that? I think I just regular Elgin, not South Elgin. But this one may be on tap over there. I see a lot of promotion when it comes to this beer from Half Day, so this one may be still something that is available if you go to like a Binny's or something near you around here. But I can definitely see this something being widely available in the Chicagoland area right now. I'm not 100% sure if they distribute out of the state, even though I'm looking. There's a place in Castleberry, Florida, called Bowigin's Beer Company. So I wonder if maybe they have some of their stuff down in Florida right now, which is pretty cool. But yeah, pretty good ratings on my friends list. Let's look at the global rating. Let's see what other people are saying about this guy. So it looks like this guy checked it in a place called the Tap House Grill, which is in Palatine, Illinois. So it looks like it's on tap over there right now because it looks like they're getting on draft. What else we got? Okay, so that guy didn't give it a rating, but we got another rating at the same place, and he gave it a 4 out of 5, which is pretty good. Let's see. This is the Bowigin's Beer Company that somebody checked it on a draft over there, gave it a 3.75, and they're located in, like I said, Castleberry, Florida. I wonder, it's saying it's a brewery, so I wonder if they make their own beer, plus most likely have some guest beers on tap over there once in a while. They decide to have the Frozen Tundra by Half Day over there. So let's see. What else we got here? We got a 3.5 here. Oh, we got a 4. This person purchased it at Half Day, so I wonder if it's most likely available over at Half Day right now if you wanted to go over there. 3.5 out of 5. He gave that one. Let's see. We got a 3.25. We got a 3. We got a 4.25, 3.75. This person gave it a 1.75. Purchased at the Stephen Sherwood Memorial Park, which I wonder is just a park that he decided to go chill and drink a beer at. I don't know. Maybe he was having a bad day. I'm not going to judge, but let's see. Let's do 3 more. This guy gave it a 4 out of 5. Purchased at the Antioch Fine Wine, which is Antioch is way north of me. It's almost to the Wisconsin border. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing made it over the border a little bit. Maybe a little bit of distribution in Wisconsin as well. But let's see here. We got another 4 out of 5. Purchased at Half Day Brewing. The last one we're going to look at here is a 3.75 out of 5, which, yeah, pretty average when it comes to 3.75 ratings, I would say. That's what it is. El Segundo. Thanks, Face Mate. But yeah, 3.75. I've seen a lot of 3.75 out of 5 ratings, I think. So, of course, that's going to kind of be where I'm going to average it out and when I check it in on tap. But overall, I still think it's a really, really delicious beer. If you're looking for, honestly, Face Meat, I think you would really dig this one. I'm not sure if I don't think this is one that I've sent out for a giveaway before, but I think this is a just overall really, really solid, just easy drinking American IPA. There's nothing too predominant on any kind of element with it. So I think they did a really, really good job with this one. So let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for ratings over here in Arn with this guy. So let me pour a little bit more into the glass. And of course, the first thing we're going to look at here is can art. And of course, this can art, they don't really go too crazy when it comes to very intricate can art. I like what Half Day does when it comes to a lot of their theming. Of course, having that kind of Native American influence. Of course, I really can't say a lot of this stuff on how they kind of discover their name and all that kind of stuff, but because it's a lot of Native American names and I don't want to butcher it, but it's an honor to Lincolnshire's true name, which was named after a Native American chief, whose middle name means the sun, and it's Meridian or Half Day. So that's why they did themselves Half Day Brewing Company. I thought that was a pretty cool thing, and of course, they have that on there. If you ever picked it up, you can read it right there, or if you want to pause and read it, it's up to you. But I think it's a really cool thing that they did there. I love the logo, having the Native American kind of look on there, and overall, just the overall picture on here, it's pretty clean. I like the hollow kind of thing. I like the silver. I love the font. I like kind of like that snow going over the vine and everything like that. It's just overall a really, really clean, classy can art, which I can definitely appreciate every once in a while. I don't know if this would be something that it would catch my attention if I saw it at a liquor store or bottle shop, but I can appreciate just how clean and how classy it is. And overall, there's nothing really appealing to anybody underage or anything like that. So it's overall a really, really nice, clean, classy can art, which I gotta give props. what it's due. So overall, really, really nice. So I think for a rating on this one for can art, I'll probably give it same thing it's averaging out on the tap. I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5 for can art. Pretty damn awesome. Pretty good. Nothing, I would, of course, if there was a little more detail, I'd like it a little bit more, but overall, I think it's still pretty solid. But let's see here. If I got this beer in a flight over at Half Day Brewing Company, if I went over there, would I get another one? To be honest, probably. I definitely do enjoy it. Like I said, it's very, very well balanced. It's not too bitter, in my opinion. There definitely is a lingering bitterness, but it gets balanced out by the malt profile in it, which I think is really, really good. So overall, Half Day knocked it out of the park with this one. A very, very well balanced American IPA, and this is really all you can ask for. It's a easy drinking, nice and hoppy. If you're an IPA fan, if you're a fan of American IPAs, this will be something that's right up your alley. It's pretty much straightforward and nothing really groundbreaking to it. It's just a very delicious American IPA. So big shout outs to Half Day for coming out with this one. I think they did a really good job. So with that being said, of course, for final rating, I'll give this one an easy 7.75 out of 10. Really, really good. Of course, definitely would recommend it if you have the opportunity to pick this one up if you're in the area. If you want to try some hoppy beers, this is definitely what I'd be put on the list for just a nice introductory. It's, like I said, it's not too bitter, but it definitely has the bitter notes, of course. The maltiness kind of balances out the bitterness so it doesn't linger on you for too long. So I think this is just a really, really solid, easy drinking American IPA. So Half Day did a pretty stellar job with this one. So big shout outs to them. But other than that, let's see here. I think that is pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, along with the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live, do another review. I got a review plan for you guys for tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Then I won't have one between Monday and Tuesday because I'll be at work brewing again, so I won't have anything going those 2 days, but hopefully between like mid to late next week, I'll have reviews coming up again, so just keep an eye out for those. But overall, yeah, very, very solid job from Half Day. So if you want to check them out, link to their websites down in the description below. Link to the beer is on the description as well on Tapped if you want to check it out, see if you can find it anywhere near you. But other than that, of course, if you want to check out all my also different social medias, those are options as well. Of course, you got my Instagram will be the first place you'll be seeing what I'm going to be reviewing that day. So of course, you want to shoot me a follow over there. It'd be greatly appreciated just because you'll be able to see what's going on. Plus, you'll get some behind-the-scenes stuff going over at Fibs every once in a while as well. Let's see what else here. Of course, you can shoot me a friend request on Untapped itself. You guys hear me talk about Untapped all the time. It's a fantastic platform. You can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. I like to call it Facebook for beer drinkers because it's pretty much what it is. And just really, really fun platform for any kind of craft beer lover out there. So if you're not on Untapped yet, if you're a fan of craft beer, I would highly recommend getting yourself over there, create an account, and shoot me a friend request while you're at it. Be greatly appreciated. And of course, last but not least, if you want to help support me and help support this channel, I always recommend the best way of doing so is to head over to my Patreon. I do monthly 4-pack giveaways over there of Illinois exclusive craft beer. Plus, down the road, I'll be working on some other kind of giveaways and stuff, and different things that might become available for patrons if they want. So, if you want to have all the inside stuff over there, shoot me a follow over on Patreon. Of course, doesn't matter what tier you join, you'll still have entries into the monthly raffle, but it'd be greatly appreciated because it helps me get more beer in my hands, plus it helps me get more beer out to you guys as well. So I always recommend the best way to help support the channel besides watching the videos is to head over to the Patreon and show your support there. But other than that, that is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Thank you everybody who's going to be watching the replay as well. You guys are fantastic. And I'm going to end this like I always do before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.